Alright, welcome back everybody to the 100K Pirate Ship Battle Royale. I am your host, The Jimmer, and we're going to move right along. This is our third battle. Just working our way through the initial bracket, the first bracket here. And the second ship spawned in, the first ship you see here. This is the Woody. This is, by myself, The Jimmer. And as you can see, we got some balloons on the top, keeping it airborne. Some hydrofoils deep in the water here, trying to lift this fat girl out of the water. Got a huge cannon valley on the front here. Is spawned towards the enemy. And there are sails here in the middle with some armor all around the outside. And some rubber blocks around the outside to hopefully keep those rammers at bay. And then our other ship here. This is the Archenemy by Chromoid. This is a more traditional looking, but not entirely traditional pirate ship. This was started in a broadside. See, a very cool looking ship. Still keeping that pirate theme. Some big sails right here in the middle, and then some smaller sails here at the back. And putting its guns way up high. I like that idea. Also using these balloons for some stabilization. And these cannons up here should get an extra maybe 25, 30, 40 meters of range out of being up so high. And it also puts them mostly out of the way from the damage coming from the Woody. And it has a keel, not a whole lot of keel, but it does have some keel. Some hydrofoils here on the front, presumably to maintain its elevation in the water. Oh, looks like we even have a little captain's quarters here in the back. Very cool. Very cool. I like that. Looks like you can come out this door right here onto the deck and you know, do captain things. You know, scrub the deck, look out for lubbers, you know, that sort of thing. Pirate things. And now that we've introduced both ships, let's speed this up and get the battle underway. Alright, it looks like the Woody got a little bit better start there with that huge valley pointed at the Archenemy. But the Archenemy is definitely a more maneuverable craft. Look, that was a very sharp turn it was able to make there. And it's getting turned around. It's going to come right back for the Woody and get its revenge. Woody firing a small amount of cannons. Oh, that volley. And you can see that it has a much bigger range. Shooting a little high. But getting some pain in on the Woody. See the damage. It looks like and there's one of those bins. Looks like all the ammo is up here from the top. Oh, and a second one. Yeah, the strategy employed by the Archenemy, by Chromoid, is paying off. It's getting its cannon shots very high up in the air and taking out these ammo barrels. Looks like I was mistaken to put these up here and hoping they'd be out of harm's way. And it looks like the Woody's having trouble turning. It's fairly slow, but it's getting its cannons in line. Gonna get some shots off. Let's get a damage report. Alright. Looks like the Archenemy is way ahead in this battle. It's got 99% where the Woody's already down to 82%. Looks like most of that damage was taking out all those ammo barrels. Definitely vulnerable there at the top to the high cannons of the Archenemy. looks like the archenemy is going to stay at range and just kind of pepper the Woody with those long range shots. The Woody's trying to get its offense off, but it's just too slow to get any damage in. Archenemy turning here, coming back towards the battle. Taking a few shots. Just a light peppering. Firing back a volley of its own. Oh, and that volley is doing work, taking out more of those ammo barrels. Looks like the Woody only has 3 ammo pods left, and once those are gone, it will no longer be able to fire. Also, losing those balloons, it's riding much lower in the water, moving even slower than it was before. Yeah, the archenemy dipped in, got its cannons fired, and then dipped out before it took any damage in return. Like those lights in the back, very cool. The archenemy taking some shots this time. Even missing, half of its ammo storage, the Woody is able to keep up a fairly high rate of fire. And there goes one of the last few ammo pods here. Looks like the Woody is down to only 2 ammo storage pods, and the archenemy still very, very high health. 95% health. The Woody down to 68%. So this could be over fairly quickly here. Though with all these cannons, if the Woody was able to slow down the archenemy, as we've seen in previous battles, it might have a chance. But it is rolling now. It is down in the water. This is not a good place. Those ammo pods are even more vulnerable than before. And looks like the archenemy is just, taking its time. It's in no hurry. It's out here on the outside, away from any potential damage. Just doing archenemy things. And it looks like the archenemy is coming in. Could this be our final assault of this battle? The Woody has not given up. It is still firing away, but its shots are just a little bit too short. I mean, you see a few hit here and there, but nowhere near. Doesn't even compare to the damage that the archenemy is putting on the Woody. Down to one last ammo bin. Once this is gone, the Woody will no longer be able to fire and will be out of the fight. But it's still trying. It's still circling, trying to get its guns aimed at the archenemy. Looks like we're going to see the archenemy drift out, make a good turn, and then come back in. And this will probably be the last attack of the fight. The Woody is extremely damaged. down to 62%. It is still able to fall or to float. Being wood, after all, keeps the buoyancy pretty high. But it's not even turned to fire its cannons at this point. Yeah, just one. If any of these shots hit this ammo storage, it will be all over. Archenemy taking advantage of its range, just peppering shots down here and there. It's in no rush. I mean, it's just hoping for that that one lucky shot that finishes off the Woody here. It doesn't appear that the Woody is able to turn it all at this point. Does it have? Looks like there's one rudder left, but sitting so low in the water, it's moving very slowly, unable to get its guns in line. Archenemy making another turn. Gonna come back in. Gonna attack from behind. Get some cannon shots on that undefended rear of the Woody. Oops. Yeah, it's able to shoot very far with those ships so high up, or excuse me, those cannons so high up on the ship, and with this roll here, it's landing shots from almost 400 meters away. So it's a very cool strategy here employed by Chromoid. We may have to call this here. The Woody has not moved in quite a while. Has not been able to fire its cannons. Let's see if it's moving at all. If it's just sitting here in the water, we're gonna call this a win for the Archenemy. Even though at this point I think that's more of a formality. It appears the Archenemy is gonna win this fight no matter what. Archenemy 95%, Woody 62%. Looks like it's going to get another volley here. Let's follow this volley in. Another volley behind it. It's like just to one side than the other. And it looks like the Woody is making a little bit of a turn here. But still unable to fire its cannons. Another volley coming in from the Archenemy. Dropping down, these are on target. And there we go. It is the final ammo store of the Woody, and with that it's got whatever's ammo is in the cannons right now, but they will not be able to reload, and it's definitely going to take more than one volley to take out the Archenemy here. It's still sitting pretty at 95%. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and call this fight right here. The Woody's going to be moving down into the losers bracket, and the Archenemy by Chromoid will continue on. Alright, I hope you guys are enjoying these battles. And there we go, 2 damaged. So that's the end of the Woody. And we'll pick up the next fight in the next video.